Everyone who knows me basically knows that I might possibly be the biggest baseball fan they've ever met. But the game I know and love today might not be half of what it was or what it is if it wasn't for one man. And that man is George Herman Ruth, the Sultan of SWAT, the Colossus of Clout, the King of Crash, the Great Bambino, or just simply the Babe. Babe Ruth did not only change the game of baseball itself, he also just impacted it incredibly on the lives of every single human being who lived in America in the 1920s. In 1919, baseball was almost completely ruined due to the Black Sox scandal. And if you don't know what that means, basically the Chicago White Sox were paid to initially throw the World Series. But thanks to Babe Ruth, America's game not only was saved from extinction, it became the best sport in the world for players and fans alike. And no, that's not biased. In December of 1919, Babe Ruth was traded from the Red Sox, I hate them, to the New York Yankees, aka the best team in baseball, and you cannot lie about that. 27 championships, can't lie. Don't kid yourself. Just don't. 1920 was Babe Ruth's first year with the Yankees, and he hit 54 home runs, and I know a lot of you are saying, well, that's not that many home runs, but back then it was. Babe Ruth alone hit more home runs than any other team in baseball at the time, except for one team. As in, he hit more home runs than one team combined. Now, I don't know about you, but a home run is pretty exciting to watch. And, home runs were obviously not that common back then, so when a guy is hitting them on a regular basis, fans would come and spend top dollar for seats. They were making so much money at the Polo Grounds that, the Giants, the team whose stadium it actually was, they were kind of getting a little ticked off and said, you gotta get out of here. And, they built a stadium basically for Babe Ruth, and that is how it became the house that Ruth built.
Yankee Stadium in New York City. They call it the house that Ruth built with good reason. His mighty bat was the magnet that drew the crowds. That bat, the terror of Major League pitchers, had won him all that the nation could offer. The cheers of the crowd, the love and admiration of America's children to whom his signature was precious.
Watching Ruth play, helped out Americans so much because it took, everything that was going on in their lives and it put it away for a couple of hours just to watch a man play the game of baseball. And especially because, there was so many, economic troubles in that time, Babe Ruth helped them. It helped them cope with it. Not only was Babe Ruth the best player to ever play the game of baseball, he was a hero in the 1920s. He represented the American dream, if you will. They all wanted to be him. He did what he loved. He lived, the luxury life, and he was Babe Ruth. He was famous, and they all hoped for that life for themselves. It gave them, because he came from nothing. I mean, when he grew up on the streets in Baltimore, and they all thought that if he can do it, so can I. And that is why Babe Ruth was not only, he didn't only change baseball, he changed the way of life in the 1920s. And that about sums it up. I know you love the change of shirt, and I know that you will give me an A. But I'm not in it for the grade. But I kind of am.